Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla and I appreciate you stopping by for a visit today. I hope you're having a great day. I am headed to the doctor this morning. Unfortunately, I have been having a lot of trouble with my feeding tube, around my feeding tube on the inside of my stomach. It hurts really bad. It feels like the balloon that's inside my stomach is pressing up against a muscle. That's the only thing I can think of. It's hurting really bad. And the reason why I say it feels like it's into a muscle is because one time before, when I went to the ER with it and they had done a CAT scan, they was able to see that it had a bumper on the inside at that time and not a balloon. They could see that the bumper was wedged up in the muscle. And so that's what it feels like again this time. And so hopefully it's something that can be easily fixed, because I am so tired of being in so much pain. Even when I cough, like I can barely even cough because it hurts so bad. I try my best not to, and I have to hold my stomach, and it's just a big mess. But anyway, saying all that to say, I'm headed to the doctor this morning, and after my doctor's appointment, I hope to go to Micheals, because I'm looking for some yarn, and I'm looking for a certain yarn, and I will tell you why and what I'm looking for. So I got this book in the mail that I had ordered from Amazon. It's My Pretty Brown Doll by Yolanda Jordan, and I had been wanting this book since it released, which was not too long ago, maybe in May or something. It's just been a couple of months. It hadn't been too long. Anyway, so this is the book, and it is available on Amazon. And she creates these adorable dolls and their clothes, and so I wanted to get this book because this book also deals hairstyles and stuff, and so that's what I really am after, is hairstyles. Like I want to make my dolls, different. Not all of them look the same, and this one has some different hairstyles that I thought I would enjoy making. So I want to go to Micheals to look for some brown skin tones. Here you can see that she's used a variety of different shades of brown, and so I want to do something like that. I want to get some different shades, or at least one good shade, and make some pretty dolls too. So this book is a very thick, it's a thick book. It's not a thin little book. It's pretty thick, and it is, let me just look and see. It's 142 pages. Oh, and here's a beautiful picture of Yolanda holding one of her dolls. Isn't that a beautiful picture of her? And that is a pretty doll that she's got. And so you can see from that picture, the dolls are not tiny. I think they turn out about like 15 inches tall, I believe. And so anyway, Yolanda has been making these dolls, and she came up with a doll pattern, and so she makes these dolls and sells them. And so she came out with this book sharing her doll pattern and making clothes for them. So basically, this book has a base doll design in the front of the book, so you use that doll to make the other dolls. And then it has a section on hair, and it gives some different hairstyles and tells you how to make those hairs. And then it has a section on clothes. I'll just give you a peek at that. And it just it has the patterns to make different clothes for your dolls. And look right there at that cute little doll. Isn't she adorable? I love that. So, most of the doll patterns I have, the dresses are kind of made on the dolls. Like the top of the dress is, instead of skin, it's the color of the dress, and the arms are like the color of the dress or whatever. So most of the patterns I have, I believe, are the clothes are kind of made into the doll. And so I like this because you make the doll, the basic doll, she has underwear on and nothing else. And then you make these clothes, and you can change the clothes, and you can change what type of doll it is according to the clothes that you make. So I just thought that was pretty neat. So basically, there's lots of dolls in here. All you gotta do is make the different clothes and change her up. But there is a beautiful not unicorn. Listen to me. Mermaid. Forgive me. That is a beautiful mermaid. She is stunning. There's some beadwork or something on her tail there. That is so pretty. I don't know if I would do that, just because I don't have the beads, and it looks like some sewing going on there. But she is very pretty, and I'll be making her too, I'm sure. But yeah, this is a great little book. Embrace the pretty in every shade of brown with a one-of-a-kind homemade creation that is a true reflection of your dreams. Well, that's nice. I'm so proud of her and happy for her that she was able to produce this book. I can't wait to go to Micheals and get some skin tone colors and dive into this book myself. I know at Micheals they have those skeins. I think they're called skein tones or something like that. But I think they're a little bit pricey. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're not expensive. But they're a little bit pricey, and I'm not sure about the yardage on them. So, you know me, I want to get the most yardage for my buck. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get. But I'm going to look around and compare the yarns and see what I end up getting. But I will take you to Micheals with me, and then we'll come back and see what yarn I got and talk about that. And I'm going to get busy crocheting on a doll as soon as possible. So I will be back. Let's go to Micheals. Okay, so here we are at Micheals, and I'm just kind of browsing the owls to look and see, what colors they have and what I can find that might look like a great skin tone for my pretty brown doll. They have so many beautiful cakes, but I'm not there for cakes today. And I see lots of beautiful colors, but I am also there for the most yardage I can get for my money. So that's my plan, but I just wanted to take a peek and look at all the different beautiful yarn because, it makes me happy. And you can see my Micheals is a hot mess, like, oh my gosh. Like, they don't have anyone assigned to take care of that area, and our yarn area is an afterthought. So here we are, we're at the Red Heart yarn and then the Craft Smart yarn, but you can see it is all jumbled up. It is a huge mess. Nothing is in the right place, but I can still find yarn to buy. But at least there are yarns on the shelves. And there I see several different shades of brown in the Craft Smart brand, and those are $3.99 now. They have went up a little bit, but still $3.99 for the amount of yardage. It's still okay. But you can see there's two different shades, and So I was just trying to figure out which shade I wanted. And also I wanted to go scan those yarns to see if any of it was on sale, because my Micheals does not mark clearance or sale. So I just kind of load up my buggy to see what, and go scan it to see what is on sale or not. I have that red yarn in my buggy because I was thinking it might be $2, but it was not. It was $4.99, so I did not purchase it. So I'm off to go scan those yarns. I believe that Impeccable was like $4.99 also, and it was less yardage, although it was soft, but I wasn't really going for softness. I was going for the most yardage for my money. Scanning one more time to see if that's all blanket yarns. So I did look at these skein tones, and they are nice yarns. They seem like they are nice yarns. I've never used them, so I didn't get them because they were more money. I believe they were maybe $6.99. I can't remember for sure, but it was less yardage, and I was there for the yardage. Remember, that's my son Elijah, and he's like, "Get that camera off me." But I appreciate him taking me by there. Those Ogos are $3 now at my Micheals, and so they are whittling down because there used to be a huge pile of them. There is blanket yarn and regular 4-weight yarn of the Ogos. Someone had just thrown that up there. Them telling me the yarn section is a mess. They had this macrame yarn, so I was just looking at it just to see what it was. It is a thickness. It's kind of like a crocheted yarn. I mean, I don't remember if I looked to see the bulkiness of it. Maybe it was a 7. Okay, they were on sale for $6.99. But it is a really thick yarn. If someone was making like macrame pot holders, not pot holders, plant holders and such. But yeah, it's a number 7 weight yarn, so it is pretty thick. I guess someone could make dishcloths with that, but it'd be kind of pricey yarn to make dishcloths with, I guess. I don't know. I'm not even sure the blend of that, so never mind. Those are really pretty. I haven't bought any of those yet because they did not have the color. Hey guys, so as you can see, I did go to Micheals and I looked at all that yarn and compared the prices and yardage, and also I got up a bunch of different skeins and went and scanned them, because sometimes Micheals or my Micheals will have yarn clearanced or on sale and there's no sign to show that, so you have to scan it. So I got a bunch of yarn in my buggy and went and scanned it, and it wasn't on sale. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I did get at Micheals, and I'll show you everything I got at Micheals since there's only 3 items. But my purpose of going to Micheals was to get a skin tone for the doll that I wanted to make. So anyway, I ended up getting this Craft Smart yarn right here. The color is called Toasted Almond, and I thought that was a pretty skin tone color. This is a 4-weight yarn, and this skein of yarn comes in 354 yards. And actually on there are some little dolls with different skin tones. So anyway, that worked out. I did look at the Micheals skein tones. Is that what they're called? Tones? I forgot what they're called. They're in the video. I did look at those, but for the yardage, I just wanted more for our yardage, and so I decided not to get that. I went with this. I like this. That is a thicker yarn, and I like how this yarn works up because I've used it plenty of times before, and I didn't know if the other would be splitty or if I'd, you know, hate working with it if it was splitty and such and wouldn't finish the project because it was bad yarn. I don't know nothing about that yarn. I've never purchased it before, so I'm not saying it's bad yarn. I'm just saying I didn't know for myself. But anyway, I purchased this, and this is the one that I did make my doll out of, the Toasted Almond. And I picked up this Ogo right here because it was clearance for $3. So that's the only reason why I really bought it. I'm not really big into Ogo. I mean, it's yarn. I can crochet with it, but I'm not like, oh, I gotta buy Ogo or anything like that. I just bought it because it was $3, okay? And it is 502 yards for $3. And I thought that would be a good skin tone also. It's a little grayish color. I mean, it's brown. Let me see what it's called. It's called Chocolate Dip. It has a little gray tone to me, and I wish it didn't have that, but also I think it would make a good skin tone. So I'll probably have a doll in the future with this Ogo here. And the last thing I bought is not yarn, but I'll go ahead and show you. And I bought it because it was 70% off. So I bought some ribbon, Americana. I think it was in their 4th of July. It was $9.99. It was 70% off, and so I picked that up because I do plan to do an Americana project in the future, not next week. And I want to use these some way in my project. So there. I do want to mention one thing here while I am before I get started working on the doll there. I wanted to tell you guys that I purchased this book on my own with my own money. Yolanda did not ask me to do this video. Yolanda does not even know who I am. Okay? She's missing out. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't even know who I am. I have not even ever spoken with her. I did comment on one of her Instagram photos that my book was to arrive that day, but I mean, I don't know if she saw it or we didn't speak or anything like that. So she doesn't know who I am. She doesn't even know I'm doing this video. So if she comes across this video or somebody shows it to her, it will be a surprise to her too. So anyway, let me get started. So here I am working on my doll and having a blast making her. The book is great, lots of pictures to help explain, you know, what's going on there. This little section that I'm working on is the underwear section for the doll. And so right now it's just a single crochet all the way around row. So I thought I would just do a little video clip just to let you see me working on the doll and how it's working up. You can see she has some very long legs. But in the end, it turns out proportional and she looks great. So I'm just having a great time working on my doll and watching something to keep me entertained while I'm working. But the white I'm using there, I don't think I mentioned it before, is a Red Heart soft white. So it's not really a white, it's a soft white for her underwear. And the reason why I used that one is because that's the one that was conveniently laying on my desk when I got to her underwear section. So you can see I am using a G-hook. That is my hook of choice now for when I'm doing amigurumis. In case you don't know and you haven't been here before, for the longest I couldn't get below a 5 hook because of my hand situation. But I kept practicing at it, and so I finally got down to a G hook, and at times I have used a F and a E hook, but I'm very comfortable using the G hook, so that's what I chose to make my pretty brown doll with. So I'm just crocheting all the way around. One round is the only thing I recorded for this, and I'm already getting back to the end there. So in making my doll's hair, I went rogue and I'm making my own hair up. I'm just, instead of following something that was in the book, I decided since she is so tall that I wanted mine doll to have very long hair, and so that's what I'm doing. And I am chaining 60 and then just single crocheting back. You could put more single crochets in each one to make it like super curly, but I wanted it to be long curls that hang down. But turns out I can't count to 60 and chain and watch a TV show at the same time. So I've been chaining, and I thought, okay, I kept messing up trying to count to 60 and chain at the same time and watch TV. But if I turn the TV off, it's just boring sitting there, you know, chaining. So I thought, okay, well, let me count to 15 4 times. So when I was chaining, I'd count to 15 and then count 15 more and then 15 more and then try to count 15 more. Well, I couldn't remember if I've counted to 15 2 times already or 3 times already. And so that wasn't working out. So then I thought, well, let me count to 20 and then I'll count to 20 again and then I'll count to 10. Okay, that's fine. I count to 20, I count to 20. But then when I'm counting to 10, I keep going and counting to another 20 because I can't remember that that's my 3rd time. I need to stop at 10. So it turns out I'm not very good at chaining and counting and watching something on TV at the same time. So there's that. And then on top of, you know, everything, it's black yarn. And black yarn is so hard for me to see. You can see when I started chaining back on this, I had a little trouble finding the stitch there because I just really couldn't see it. And I couldn't feel it for that first one. But anyway, so I am creating lots and lots of hair. Woo, that's going to be fun to style, right? So, hopefully I'll be finished with my doll soon. Okay, friends, I'm so excited. I finished my pretty brown doll, and I did the basic doll pattern, and I followed the doll pattern pretty much. I mean, I did follow the doll pattern. I didn't do the hair the same. That's the only thing I changed. Everything else is the doll pattern. I've never done a doll with shoulders and putting the arms on like this, but it turned out really neat and I like that. So y'all ready? Are y'all ready to see my pretty brown doll? Now I'm showing you the basic doll first with no clothes because I want you to see what the doll looks like, okay? Oh, here she is. This is my pretty brown doll. Now she is 18 inches tall. The yarn that I did use is a little bit of a thicker number 4 weight yarn. Right now I can't recall what the book recommends. I know the book recommends a smaller hook that I used. Maybe it may recommend like a 3.75. I did use a 4mm hook, which is a G hook, because that's what I'm comfortable with, and I knew that I would like her made with a G hook. So she turned out 18 inches and she's pretty big. Yeah, she's pretty big. I love her. I really love her. So you can see that I did, you know, go rogue on the hair. She's so tall, I just felt like she needed long, beautiful hair. And so that's what I gave her, was long, beautiful hair. So that hair was a work of love. But you can see right here what I'm talking about the way you join the doll's arms. It really gives her a shoulder. And I like that. That worked out really cool. Like I said, I'd never done that before, but I really like that about the pattern. And so that was really cool. Now you can also see that I did give her some eyelashes. Let me see if I can get that in there. I don't know if you can see. I don't know that you can see her eyelashes, but I did use these eyelashes I bought at Dollar Tree. They're little separate. Each one of those is just a little different whimsy eyelashes, and so I gave her one on each side of the eye. But it doesn't show up that well in the camera, I don't think. I'll try one more time. Yeah, you can see a little bit. You can see it in person, but anyway. And so her hair, I just kind of made that up on my own. I chained to 60 and just single crocheted back, and I left it all along like this because I wanted to be able to change it up if I wanted to. Like I could take like 3 strands from this side and pull it back, and 3 strands from this side and pull it back, and so and I could put a barrette back there or something. You know, you see her ears, aren't they cute? I meant to find her some earrings and I forgot. I can't crochet anything small enough to be earrings. I do have some earring hooks so I can make her some earrings, but I really can't crochet anything that small. But maybe I can find her something. Anyway, and this up here can be, it can be curled and pulled back, or it can be, you know, just kind of messy looking. So I really liked her hair the way I did it. The doll hair in the book, the doll's hairs are great. I just felt like she needed long hair because she is so tall. And in the book, the doll might end up like, I think with her pattern, it says like maybe 15 inches or something. So mine's a little bit taller, and I just thought she needed some super long, beautiful hair. And I love the long, black, curly hair. So that is my doll. I need to name her, so if you want to help name her, feel free to leave a comment. Okay, so I also made her some clothes. Well, aren't they just cute? Okay, so I made her these blue jeans, and this is I love this yarn denim. I had bought this yarn a while back to make blue jeans for a Barbie doll, for a Ken Barbie doll, and I never got around to making it. And so when I started to make her pants, I didn't want to make just black, dark colored pants. I wanted blue jeans. And so I thought about that yarn I had bought, and I thought, I'll never find that yarn. Like, I don't know where it's at. And I said, it's probably like in a tote with variegated yarn. But I have 3 totes of variegated yarn. I think I may have more than that. I don't know. But anyway, I just didn't know which one to look in. So I was like, oh, Lord help me. And I went over and pulled out a tote from under the piano, opened it up, and moved 1 skein of yarn. And there was this yarn. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. So it was meant to be that I used this denim. And I love the way that worked out because it does look like blue jeans, you know, like they've been washed a lot or something. So that is her blue jeans. And here is her sweater, her top. And you put these arms on just like you do the doll's arms, and that really worked out so cool. But this is her sweater. And for, okay, I need to say this. For her clothes, I used a 4mm hook on her, which is a G hook. For her clothes, I know from my experience when I make doll clothes, for dolls that I've made after I've stuffed them, I need to go up a size of the hook. So I went up to a H hook, which is a 5mm hook to make her clothes. So this is made with an H hook, and the pants are made with an H hook too. So there we go, an H hook. But this yarn, I do not know what it is. I have some neon balls of yarn that are almost gone, especially after I did these projects. And I'm going to miss them when they're gone. So I don't know where I ended up with the neon yarns to begin with. But I just thought she needed some bright, pretty colors on her. So I made her that. Okay. And then let's see, I made her scarf, cowl, infinity scarf. It is just this bright neon yellow. And it just kind of goes like that. And you'd put it around her neck. So that's her scarf. And like I said, I don't know what color yarn that is or what brand it is. I know it's yellow, but I don't know what brand. Okay, and then I made her this little purse with this little, this is Red Heart Spring Green. I know what that is. But I made her the little purse. I didn't make her anything to go in it yet. Maybe one day she'll have something to go in it. But there's her purse, and it turned out really cute and just the right size for her. For the purse, I think I did use a G hook. And then I made her little shoes. And I did use a G hook for them. I didn't want them to be like huge. They are hard to get on her foot, but that's okay because that means it'll stay on once it's on and won't fall off. So her little shoes turned out really cute. And I did use, like I said, a 4. And I used, I know I used a Karen 1 pound gray for the bottom, and then that bright yellow that I have with no label for the yellow. And I also made her a barrette for her hair. I just glued that onto a barrette. And so I'll just show you real quick how that could be done. So you could just add barrettes to her hair or something like that. I didn't want to do anything permanent because I might want to change it up according to whatever outfit I have on her. So I love that yellow in her beautiful hair. And then the last thing that I made for her is was a beret hat. And I did use a 5mm hook with this, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be so big, and I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and finish making it with the 5mm hook, and if it's too big, it'll fit a different doll that I have, because I have lots of dolls, and I'll remake it maybe in a different color, because I was running out of that blue. But anyway, it turned out, and it does fit her very snug, but that means it won't fall off. So I'm going to get her dressed and come back and show you what she looks like. Okay, are you ready to see my doll all dressed up in her beautiful bright colors? Okay, here she is. Ta-da! I love her. Look at how pretty she is. Oh my gosh, she is a gorgeous doll. She really is. So, I have her hat on, and I have it kind of sideways, you know. I wanted some of her hair to stick out right there. Let me see if I can give you a close-up of how she looked. Okay, she has on her infinity scarf and her sweater. She has her handbag so she can go shopping, and then her blue jeans, and then her yellow shoes. Now, remember I said that I went up to a size H hook to do her clothes? I really could have went up to an I because the clothes are really snug on her, and they were hard to get on her. It could be me, but I struggled getting her clothes on her. So I could have went up to an I hook just to give them a little bit more room, because they do fit super snug. But, you know, like I said, I used a G hook in making the doll itself, and plus I used probably a bigger yarn than Yolanda uses, and also you know, everybody's tension is different when they crochet, and everyone's you know, yarn thickness, even though you might use a 4-weight yarn, some 4-weight yarns are thicker than other 4-weight yarns. So you just kind of have to play around, you know, do a little stitching. Even when I was doing the sleeves, I, you know, did about this much, and then I tried it on her arm to see if it was going to fit. So it's good when you have the doll there with you that you're making clothes for, because you can kind of try them on as you go to see that you are using the right size hook for them to fit. Because like I said, you know, all yarns are different. The thickness of the yarn and such, and also everyone who crochets has a different tension and stuff like that. So I'm saying that for me, I used a G hook on this, which the book called for, I'm pretty sure, a 3.75. A 0.25 is not that much, but that's what I'm comfortable with, you know, with my hands and issues that I have. That's the hook that I'm now comfortable with using, so that's what I wanted to use. And plus, I didn't care if she was a little bit bigger because I like large size dolls. And then when I did the clothes, I did use an H hook. Now, I didn't notice in the book that the clothes, the hook size went up for the clothes, but for me, I knew the way I stuff dolls and my amigurumis, I stuff them super tight. They're not squishy, they're tight. And so it expands the doll. So, of course, you're going to need to go up a size when you make clothes. So anyway, that is what I knew already, so that's what I did. And I just love her hair, and I can curl that up, you know, so that it is more curly, you know. It's already curly, but I can curl it up and twist it so that it is more curly. But I like the way the ringlets look hanging down on her. I really, really like her, and I think she could also wear the 18-inch doll clothes, such as the American Girl doll clothes, and Target has the Our Generation dolls, and Walmart, has the My Life As dolls, and they have clothes for those, and I think she could fit those clothes. I have some of those clothes, but I didn't try them on her, and but I think they would fit her. But anyway, I am so happy that I did order this book, My Pretty Brown Doll by Yolanda Jordan. I'm so happy that I did order this book and make the doll, and I will be making more dolls from this book in the future. I might even have a month later on where I just see how many different dolls from different patterns that I can make in a month's time, and I would include one of these dolls also. But I love her. I want you to see how tall she is. I mean, she's 18 inches, so she is pretty tall, but she turned out super, super cute. And if you want to help me name her, you can leave a name suggestion in the box below, and then I will pick a name, and we will come back and reveal her name soon. I'm so proud of her, okay? Thank you, Yolanda, for such a great book. It is a well-written very easy to understand book. I didn't have any troubles whatsoever. And sometimes in crochet books I do have some trouble, like what? I was making a project just last night, and usually there's commas between different things, and then there's a repeat, and you know it's from that comma on, and it did not have any commas, and so I repeated that whole row. It did not work out stitch count wise, so I had to go back and try to figure out what that pattern was calling for. I didn't have to do none of that in this book. It was very easy to understand. Oh, I did leave myself a note right here. I always put sticky notes in my books. I said I used a G hook on the doll, a H hook on a hair, and for her locks of hair I chained 60 and single crocheted in each one, and then I used a H hook on her clothes. So, and I don't want to show her pattern because I don't think that would be right in me, but I have these stuck all throughout the pattern. These little highlighter sticky things. I always use those to mark my placing patterns and such. But the book does show pictures of how to do different things, so the book is very helpful. I think her pattern is written up very nicely. Oh, I will say this because I just saw it in the book. Now, she does not have a mouth. Yolanda's dolls, none of her doll patterns have a mouth, and that's okay because I think sometimes mouths look really stupid on dolls. I mean, yes, I said it. When you just put a line for a doll's mouth, sometimes I just think that looks so stupid. For me, my work looks stupid when I do it. So I'm okay with her not having a mouth, but she does have a lot of space right here. So I did look up crochet lips, and I was going to try to crochet some lips to put on her, and I didn't want to do felt. I wouldn't have liked that. So I tried, but each of the patterns that I saw on YouTube for crochet lips, they all made like really big lips that would have took up her whole face. And so I did try to downsize that, like the different amounts of chains, but it just didn't work out. And I did go down and was trying to use a 3.25 hook, and I couldn't get the lips small enough. They just were huge. She would have been like this huge mouth. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching, and if any of you have the My Pretty Brown Doll book and you've made a doll and you post it on Instagram, please tag me because I would love to see your dolls also. And, you know, tag Yolanda too, because I'm sure she would love to see her dolls made. And because it don't matter how many of these dolls are made, they're all going to be different because everyone has, you know, special touches that they put on dolls and such, you know. So I'm going to let you guys get going for real this time. But I do recommend this book if you enjoy making dolls, if you have grandchildren to make dolls for. I recommend this book because it is a great book and I enjoyed it very much, and I will be making books in the future. I will be making dolls in the future from this book. So bye guys, I hope you all have a great day. Stay cool, stay warm, whatever your temperature calls for, and it is a beautiful day to crochet. Enjoy your day.